You see a director general of office no a graphic no
Lotto paper.
Lotto paper
Or working.
Yes, so call for lunch. When Mark we are 12 or when we 4.
Mahaman so was a free anchor aqua kube bako something $1,000. Now we're moving from sports ministry to presidency.
Now, Asia America. What is Asia America?
Leaders should be able to think outside the box. They should not do what normal people does. And now be a the Asia miracle, the Asia miracle. And that's how sorry and the Asia miracle. Let's go back into 1990s. Early part of 1900. What continent about now? What you here any Komowa? It was Asia. It been a Ghana. Young can't to Asia for instance. Yamadoma Mutrim. Emma Musa say young Kasa G and Hoodie. I can see a bomb economy my friend to a perfect my bomb economy to a Singapore. Palm oil in 2022 gave them $18 million in terms of exportation.
What's the decision?
Palm oil. A lot of economies is about corruption. Corruption. I'm telling you. Listen to what Akufo said about the woman. Why they can't go exonerating that? About special prosecutor here in Wajuma.
Mama is so corrupt, but we also encounter. And look at this. This Ghana option near. Mama maybe Ghana car no a nature. Now the sound try maybe bold in a diamond by yo. Kumaso one cinema. I'm bored that make I say and I we did bow me at them. Now bow me come from Monday can Japan.
You see, if the economy is in good position, if the economy is resolute, if the economy is resilient, the economy need a robust. And who has a quack importation, and who has a quack discarded food when any power is a sham radiamo. Walk or IMF for bailout, and any paramour strong the conditionality clause like a camodiamo. Credit company for Japan is a visionary leader.
I have for my kwaba I'm about to say high solid TV. Myself subscribe to the channel. Share link no. Aya kai so be like page no. Ne di hu nkomo so kire afoforo. Di hu nkomo e kire okunu wo yere unua ba. Unana be ma na unana ba. Ana say wa branch bi a wo share afoforo so ba yo bi o share for say channel na friend solid TV no. Franko the hit and Shaibu Lasisi Transia, yet the undiluted information and yet the bromidine at the Shaibu Lasisi. Maybe before then, make I would say, Yenshimu Edaso Edadi Pefe said about 90% of your regular viewers most subscribe to the channel. And ye buapayo, a ye fast wanted to be a kai will say, oh channel now subscribe, oh channel now subscribe. Oh subscribe and fast was on the send. Yet the information to my after while benyan directly. Ye ma enkoba to be never share link in the amount. O subscribe pay the information to my obey directly. And to whom here pass over subscribe to Solid TV. Solid or say rely on us. Solid idea a mood. Na ene ye sin kunya de edaho ene say na de edaho no ya chichiro boamu kufu ye babesan. Na ye sane a de epie mu ene say Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompre kwa Japan. Proud to the super delegate and the November 4th. Ye namodu baby what he tell the delegates and he said, may Baba use the Asian miracle. The Asian miracle. And now between Honorable Ken and the KSM. One-on-one interview. Honorable Ken SM boss say the Asian miracle. A anointing or a miracle. And now say Moti amframa anase ayani so adi hu obi son ye hu ye na oso ho daye na ababe so abapa na Franko kan asembi wo se Honorable Ken wo ya be abushafo me twam ho aba me ba the Asian miracle Honorable Ken e kan wasem Franko the facts and figures better and further particulars. In fact and the Franko bag no pink sheet the analysis of the pink sheet na see don't get so also call quarter one for pink sheet no so utie ne de na tie Franko de also call quarter or the pink sheet call ya and penny said so twin si ne wan san so teach forma and they be who the way abewan kuma me twa mo basisi a Franko the hit at nase and eba be din komo Franko
see you
na hoye
o nyame adaruma me use also hoye
pa
ya da nyame ase
so fo nyina so hoye
obi a hoye
yesen hia Say papa ya nchia de ya chura boda.
Aye, papa ya de.
Only.
Yenchia no.
Ye bakwa ne ya nchia obi ona edi kan chia.
Papa ya yenchia no.
Nchia Mr. Jumo Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Now, minim say by the close of this week, you wouldn't be holding the paper.
Okay.
Because unia ba Lucinda.
Okay.
And then menena kasa Lucinda Efua of North Carolina, a medical doctor.
Okay.
Menena kasa no kanin so menena so de akasa no GDA said or tablet or iPad no be ready.
Okay.
Say a tablet or say iPad o. On sabeka. Na yen chai for. Na unim Mr. Jonathan Owusu also wa Maryland ewo US of A.
Okay.
Na ono and the first person who may contribute to Obia. Now was say we delegate to abama no abekena. Na woni ba bi no all man ponten fe get the maybe from us adopt akra ne ba na o tua de sika.
Oh fine.
Ewo nursing or sha akra kudu nursing. Was so hospital was akra ne wie kra without a buying employment or ma akra ne employment.
Oh nyame nhyia no.
And we oyema no because of honorable Ken.
Nyame nhyia no.
Okwen so menchen. We think how menchen.
Mate.
Only Austin. What say ambulance store na you know. He's the sponsor. And he has also promised to sponsor our subsequent programs. Maybe we have Bible boy man. Papa ya commercial be enche. You better start on TV.
Oh fine.
People have seen the need to advertise on solid media. And okay, solid TV there. Ghana for more dot the man no and almost share. And apart from them, so nipa ebien so the ehwe your mileage in both local and international.
All right.
But Franko,
yes sir.
And ye ba be din komo e afa the honorable Kenyatta kasafa the Asian miracle.
Okay.
Ye ba be bon komo video. But Franko, me ye adwuma keto bi aba. Me ye adwuma keto aba. Franko onim say aya Ghana fo ahwefo obitimi kasa shaibu mo pese mo de MPP co position. Honorable Ken said, "One anything to undermine the vice president. Yes, we didn't change. We wouldn't do same." But Mamin can't say my conchamo. MPP na akata na eco position. Enyam na me pia na ko. When you brace over win election 2024, I did out the bomb. I'm a chimney to a betia Mahama. What to hoye? Franko said no. Omudum light to baby amete. Na NDC so I don't want to use the word useless. But NDC, you are not also trying to be a proactive. Check MPP. Demonstration I call on the government, say, one for timetable. Franko, if they give a timetable, you plan ahead.
Send the load shed and number.
MPP first saw the timetable, baba. NDC for more to wash home. NDC, get up. Say MPP for sorry, I'm the timetable by most sorry, for timetable. Emra. Na we require swamin take anwen say central market and near more somewhere na central region but for vote almighty kwabre o mam over 86,000 votes mato constituency na twene me na me dem ko position me ya hwan
me nim say what be the regional minister for Ashanti region was say he's going to lead demonstration against Grico. He's going to lead demonstration because quite fast power outages in the Ashanti region on Tiasa. This is a regional minister. Yeah. Also, what will lead demonstration? It tells you how frustrated the regional minister is.
Now, on the Franko, share regional minister Babakabi. O kase mriba something the cat the gadgets in.
Oh, Sabekai. As something you see in the TV, normal electrical gadgets. ECG phone Greek for Daroma. The machine in say. He said it. For the first time, I made it a crowd and make this kind of question. And the Minister of Energy was there.
Unim say the low share the brewer. Unim said this time.
Oh yes,
I don't have
power. Oh planning and the one coin now by how the race fridge. So we medium light in yeah. So just watching.
Yes, but unim say a low shed na. Unim say so could have.
Yes,
you do ne.
What planning? What planning? Nti unim say who kushi who say ni say unim so own that light ma unim say me body no dey and me da shoe why drain no what conscientize ho say sanity oh ho me dry o mo tatis bi o mu dun be 9 be hu say 9:10 no ma shada so 9:15 o me dun 9:15 a emba biem
o mu tum dum Africa cho ene say niam na santene ka
me say na no me fridge say ya me koye akwani jim 700 Ghana 700 Ghana cedis hey
Franko, yeah.
No man buy credit.
Branch bi bonyum. Or say 2020 ye to amana na de obo sa adwum no.
Aye.
Ma wo se wasan akoye exit omo kan say we feel omo bonyum no say mix up or something like that. Was say 2024 ye to Baumia. O kan okre. Aya Ghana for ana shaibu wo MPP ni. Ma ka say ma wonchiro. Wo MPP ni and now you NDC ni a. Who say you have an integrity to protect.
Yeah.
Baumia kan okre. Na me ma ka say o kan okre. Mahama yeso ye corrupt. Wo NDC ni wo say onye corrupt. Ghana for nim say Baumia kan okre. Ebia Ghana for nim say Mahama ye corrupt. Wo say o kan okre. Na wa integrity.
Wa sema.
Wa sema.
Now because of politics, people are selling their conscience because of politics. Un said they
kind of cry say, "I don't MPP. Waja MPP. Don't you want us to bring?"
Me, I get a lot of calls from big men, those in government, party executives. They call me and I'm Franko. Yeah, show me the way you are punching the government. I said no. The show na me, you know. I'm not doing for the MPP or the NDC. I'm doing for the ordinary Ghanaian. They be I say, yenya di so beti me bam for so be your chinabi. Shabi ye ni wo ko beti makas anka se wanka Franko ho nko be kan say.
Franko unim me ba na ahwe for ma me ka asem ba ho nkyere mo. Aye for the love and the respect I have for my viewers. And ne ka me ka asem ya kire obi aho. Ni pa na hwe yi a ko ni team ko pem dan. Ada na obi e ka asem ma me te o say Shaibu won sem o tran ready so kan nyina no. Kende Japan e de na wa ya mo. Ubusa me say Kende Japan e de na wa ya ma me. Kete ma me support Baumia nti no. Ubusa say dia me di Kende Japan chi e kasa tia Baumia. Na mom kasa tia ken ne de na Baumia ya mom. Please. Ya to aba na wi o. Me ka asem ke me say se bodani ya sa na yare a do be hunahuna nkora da so. Me nya yo. Se mo ya de a me de ba yam no.
Wo no papa ka sa pe.
Se mo ya ade a me de ba yam no. Am ka asem ba ho che mo. Wo na ka sa very ungrateful on Obuken platform. Ana ne wo de te ba bi a wo de te. Enam on Obuken platform ti na ne. Ya hu a so wo san so wo kire adware. Am ka asem me nte se wo. Hwe ense mo ya mpela meka. Ebeka 2 weeks na November 4th. Na obi afafo afreme. Shaibu, we want to give you this money. Switch camp. Now can you say, wo and na me do echi. And 2 weeks to election. Me switch camp, I will be happy. Me mfa fu na mo. Me mfa fu na nte da. And obi a ombe on Obuken. And na hu en ne pa ewo mu. And en ne pa ewo mu. The whole world is going to benefit. A lot of Ghanaians is going to benefit. And then what we do by me echi a mu nim se nipa ron kan okre. Ka na ba bi odo nam no. Na me say, esorofo no etwen no. Esorofo no etwen no. Ama fere ma dan mo ho na yire sori a yi check service no nanamu na de kramoni ba ye kwa asori adon won na ebo hwe wo da ma sante na wakasa asem ni bi na me kire wase wo betena a chefem de wo yeye wo bobu samsam media na Kende Japan ya mame de na wa ya mame na nka de wa ya na ma tam ne dese da ba be kire expose wo de amame kwan enough for me. Says he can you kind of question Kende Japan mame access to him no enough for me. Me nya de medi de meda me okay with it. Mo na makọ wie aban sika ma wie no na nya me boa na kikiri aje kikra na ye ko position na mo boba bete se ye ko ete ahokyem dada o ye de ete ahokyem dada mo na mo ma wie aban sika ya mo ye mam position ne animu ka papa kwa na mo nabi mu na mo naka papa mu now the san try ma be boldin na dia me de be ye o ha so kuma so won sene mu aboda me ka jem say na udidi Baumia tem na Baumia ko for man di Kende Japan tem ana Baumia no wote say me say ne kwase me say na aboa or ya de wo twa ntro when the fundamentals are with the serious ozu na me bobo kire mu a nya na kan ye abegyan ka say na ye de na Kende Japan ya mo de opese oye ma me wa ya ma me wo to no enya ashefema no ko bia nimu enya ashefema no ko bia nimu ena mo se mo sans mo kire adware na mo nko me se mo nko na amena bi damonim amena damonim so mo hunu ma hudi o mo hu ase na mo dam son na ho na mo hu se no kreka eye chen nkontompo na de be prapra mpɛ dwara me pɛ sɛ wɔn sanje fe mo kɔ ye buka bu fa so nyinaa no ye mbu kata ne nyinaa na information ekura mi o me bot to you are listening na abehu Franko
Yes, you.
akwa bi ni na ma bi akwa sha sɛ na shaibu no de na kan Japan ye no de oyɛ no ma ba kan cho buhiafo de oyɛ me no ma ba ka cho buhiafo
Yeah, adwuma we.
na bi o na won ahya fam na pagya wo ahya fam na pagya mo ba ahya fam de mo ba ye kro no mo be bo ye nyina no ho ye nya hwɛ ye bo kro no efi o mo tete ye firi mu o mo ka kyerɛ sɛ okoye adwuma bosom so de betu aka na ma enwan enso di nokre na wo wia na echi na ho be kye no o se mre mu wia sika na mo ko mo de koto mo ye koye amusi na mo de mo ni ba bi si shai busu Franko ene ye ba me di nkomo e de afa ono aboken ogofo ka to du o machi aho ko ka obi de ka se ka to du o machi obabu o ma aku mo na mo to ora tenten ho atuatu amoto bebre de amoto a mo ye de mo ne na mo ye nyina yenim bobia mo me say se mo na mo fisa mo yi mo nko political money me say mo musa NDC for na from 2009 omo free abamu to 2017 mo musa omo political money you are not a businessman political money oba na say ye man we kofa ye say na wanya certificate no e seize one man de pe say e seize one man pe Franko ho kire be kire ho no na omo de omo fi so mo nsan so mo kire dware mo nsan so mo kire dware ade mo nko obese o say ene ma koto nwa ana mafa ehye mu hia nanka mo de bobo kachi na nyame boa na e ko position abaka de mo to say mo break it say de mo ya kire na kire say to so ye ma mo nkwa na mo ko break because ya ko internal context awie mo nam question de kan de Japan ye ma shaibu to mean say am boa say mo break 8 ne de a ene mo mfa ya nya hwe ene mo nkwa mo ko break na so mfa so no mo mfa mempe and if na ekono we will see me say if na ekono we will see sabo say mo me na
Eye.
mo say mo me na
Eye.
mate waka mate
Eye.
Franko
Yes, you.
honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompel Japan
Yes.
no something about the Asian miracle
Mhm.
the Asian miracle me
Mm-hmm.
kai say about 274 constituency I call you know
Okay.
more than half there
Mhm.
he spoke about the Asian miracle
Yes.
na say so san kwa boso like there's something in it that we have to find out and get it for our viewers and listeners internet yeshia but before then no the person a video no
Okay.
the video with KSM I hear for me video number
During the campaign, I mentioned Asia Miracle. I'll use Asia Miracle to change this country. You see, independence. Check the time Korea had independence. Check the time Malaysia had independence, Singapore and Ghana, Nigeria, and position them. And you see where we are. So I think time is not on our side. We got to catch up. And there should be no break. Anybody, the speed at which we have to go to develop, anybody who is not ready to fall in line should be left behind. Because that's the only way we can move this country. Now, Asia America. What is Asia America? Korea. They identified some businesses and promoted them. And that is why they are doing well. What they did was that they instilled discipline in those industries. If they give you, for instance, a grant of, say, $10 million for your company, you tell them, in the next 6 months, I'll import these machines into this country and fix them. It's written. 6 months, they'll be there to check if indeed you've imported the equipment and installed them. Any excuse, they give you, another 3 months I'll be done. When they come, and you have not done what you said or agreed with, they take the business from you. It's discipline. It's not whom you know. When you go to Exim Bank and all these, go and check the number of people. I'm not afraid of them. I have to speak the truth because it's Ghana. Go and check those who got the Exim Bank loans. Go and check. I won't say anything. Go and check. Did they give the loans based on competence or relations? And it's not only Exim Bank. All other facilities that, they should be able to help industries to sustain. They look at faces and party affiliations. I disagree with that because NDC man can have, ideas, creative mind, and create a business. He will employ Ghanaians. Even if he employs 100%, which is not possible, to employ 100% NDC people in your company, still they are Ghanaians. If MPP employs 100 MPP people, still they are Ghanaians. So we need to promote Ghanaian businesses. That's the only way we can develop this country. A country where foreigners have shown us the way, foreign investments have shown us the way that, look, Ghana is not poor.
Video no, Anna, yako share.
Yes, sir.
Abano.
Yeah.
Nti yeba be doing combat Franko and I want to do a small appeal.
Okay.
We need a camera.
Okay.
Yepe 6D Canon. We are doing an appeal. We dem sell numbers na wo TV na se no. So office will be team aboa. Macbook camera and say if you can buy it for us and I say beer. What so $10, $2 kra, 1 cedi, 2 cedis a mo betim da support ye. Na ye camera no baako asay animanimu ya and ye studio no so ye nyanwie mo amunim ye no na ekran na and munim adwuma ye nyina afa e de ato ye ho so ye nyina ye communal labor solid TV de ye nyina ye dia and nti no say ehun behia na sa hoode wo ho na bia obetimi ato amaya ye say ye pe Canon 6D ye say a beggar has no choice but ye beggars we have a choice. Yes, say other say kakra bi obenya do betimi support ye. Say office also a come it's around $1,000. That is a full one with a good lens, Say kakra bi obenya ma bia no agya ye boaboa no kwa na to ase na yeso no. Yeso ya enyese bi ya tiada. Na onim say a new channel. Afi na studio no kwa na ye wie papa ya adaroma and yetimanya microphones and cameras and he's coming with a drone at the other in fact will be bia airborne also kakra bi obetim bia no just support us me that Franko
yes you
yakwa video number
yes
nti ada Asia no omo da nyame to wana Jesus Christ to wana
Shaibu
Franko
there be a kase if you look at leadership is someone who should be able to transform his own people.
Okay.
Leadership and then you say be a leader. Ebi a chani pani kra ni ho. The kind of systems or the to ho. And no more aboa mani pay to me economy. My major problem in Ghana and especially in Africa is say if you look at the kind of leaders that will bring them on board, their leaders are the obi abe enu abi no mo ye. The kind of leaders. Yes, say hani efa, hani na efa. But some if you go to other jurisdictions, the kind of leaders that they bring them on board, the kind of things that they do, it blows people's mind. And to open banks ebi a free 1965 because 1966 ebi a president bi betina so friend Kwame Nkrumah obe years anu obe na Kwame Nkrumah ntiase but the legacy of Kwame Nkrumah still lives.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelson Mandela obe di president vote me say and then Nelson Mandela oni ho by na ye can asem. Leaders should be able to think outside the box. They should not do what normal people does. That's why I make it no. Leaders I only as uncle for so me ya de no mbe ye soronko. Say be a cheni pani krampo ni we because asade we die enipa na ye. Na de ba kwa aboa kedi akompre kwa Japan. It's why about what veiling in one person ban by the running the flag bearer for a new patriotic party ahead of elections 2024. Aboa kedi it has given me a lot of exposure. I'm not trust DM who said there be first. Now come hana me do say me say extra work de kan ho. Na me timi pagya. If you listen to the interview, was so no person do 1 term president. one time president will say, so now but now come so that's 4 years no so and you more bayano. A lot of Ghanaians will push him to go for the second term. Per the video with KSM. And even citing an example, now one day, and that's what they loot upon can you call parliamentary career, you told them to uncle. Reason here day, or beyond the exploit of Kenya compared to Japan, when he was a member of parliament for Asen, became Asen Central. That's what Mekachori. Now Mekach was a free 1992 Obano. The Asen was a stronghold for the NDC.
Yeah.
Kedi captures it in 2000. Or captured in 2000, you know, at 21 Bama and Amino say you could see Arcadia compare kwa Japan. And then Asen Central, Asen Hono, it has become the bona fide property of the new petroleum project.
Asen North. Yeah, Asen North and Asen North, no, I could DND for
yes,
but Asen South,
good,
IMP.
Yes,
that's in team.
So Kennedy Wahono, and Cassini in Abuma, and can be extremely difficult for the NDC to capture the seat.
Yeah,
because of Kenya compare kwa Japan, the kind of leadership or leading. So Shaibu. Constituencies na mo call and abuamo. I'm making a fair knowledge of how Ghana, you know, my city here. Now, me catch us idea by Kenya compare kwa Japan. He said, "Ladiano, one major delegates, you know." He went to individual constituencies, dealing with them, having one-on-one talk with them. All Kenya is able to identify the key areas and problems that we have. Now, me catch us say, identifying the problem is part of the solution.
Yeah.
If you're able to identify the problem, it's part of the solution.
I mean, we are in Japan. He's the only leader in Ghana. But what tall Ghana?
Yes.
Who Ghana?
Yes.
Simply because all the prime minister calling and he went to the regional capital.
Yeah, regional capitals.
And now the be a humanity, be a party executive. Alliance who did the same. The Japan and what year now when said I have to go to the delegate constituency by constituency.
Yes.
And constituency 274 no out of 230 because of Mampong.
Yes.
And also Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, one man completely. And as a vice president, or maybe a be a program, maybe a regional capital, be no, or be a district capital. It doesn't go to this review are two constituencies, be a 4 constituencies,
So it tells you, say, now identifying the problem is getting solutions to the problem.
Yeah.
And yet, you might say, be a camera, yasay. And I come and into me now. We don't have solutions to the problem. But if you're able to identify, say, the lens when I say, one, we have made a step, means that we can solve the problem.
Yeah.
Now, Saibu, and that will be the Asia miracle. The Asia miracle. And that's how sorry, and the Asia miracle. Let's go back into 1990s, so early part of 1900. Saibu, what continent about now? What's ni ohia any okomowa it was Asia.
And Asian continent.
A continent.
That is China.
Yes.
Korea, Singapore, Taiwan.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a quite. Because it's African continent. African continent. There is the African continent. We have the West Africa. We have the North African.
Let me say Asia. Let me say be a Ethiopian.
Now, if you look at Asia, open baby back now. Now it was Asia.
Okay.
Edu baby. They were even growing at a negative %.
Now,
yes, negative %. Economy. It wasn't in a good state. Asia. Because now, after the Second World War, the Asia people tried to sit down and said, so we have to find solution to our problems and make sure we my self-independence. Now, Shaibu, or maybe I want self-independent, a lot of countries it takes for the person. Yes, and yet, now what I see a pass LGBTQ plus and the best my yeke. Meaning, what the High Commission of US of what as Mabeka was saying, was say Ghana for such decision that you're taking, and we are to create problems for Ghana, maybe in terms of getting aid. Tell you, and never is a woman who cast us about North Korea. Who cast us in Japan, for they are economically sound.
The Ghana,
yes. So if you look at other countries, and if you look at Asia, no, let's sit down. Let's identify our problems and give solutions to our problems. And today, I'm a management front to put and they have a succession plan for it. They plan well Helston say stay near ya. Yes,
say no man also.
Yeah, I see a say in the next 10 years, say in the next 15 years, say. Secondly, let's conscientize our people, our citizens. And tell them that this is the roadmap. This is the national development that we want to go.
Conscientize the people.
Yes.
Just like what Kennedy was saying.
Yes. Yeah. The 3 trim. So senior person. Yes.
And your minor there.
Thank you.
Patriotism, honesty, and discipline.
Yes. And if you look at Asia, They decided to say no, but be a keka konsabu. They have to make sure some country make more pushy country, no, and my country make fun into a pediafra. Now, if you go to other countries, Ashaibu, adia ba kwa factor mu pa. And so when it comes to the kind of product that they produce, say do na kwaye imported base. It means that at the end more money mean for into a pen. Now, if you look at Asia, before the Second World War, they did a lot of importation.
And then opinions in Dawson.
Aye, yeah, now, if you look at Asia, they decided to say no. The more you try to import, you don't expand the economy.
We import.
Yes. What kind of money? What expanding? Because yes, so who export no ma? That is why you can set up factories and industries. Whereby Nippon no can pick people to come and work for them. For example, now say the case ethanol factory person will be. Say what to be ethanol factory $50 million in the Remua. So the Remua, the kind of workers will be around 5,000 and yet direct. Indirect on one change so that's about benefit the economy. And if you try to export the ethanol, then you are making sure that you are exposing Ghana to the world.
Yeah, ethanol from Ghana.
Yes.
Made in Ghana.
Yes. And domestically, you are controlling the domestic market, but you are selling your product to the outside world. And the others will be outside. I want to Ghana, or who ethanol no. A business partner can come and partner Canadian company and pump more
that
capital.
Is made in ethanol.
Yes.
Ghana. Ghana. Good. Maybe a rating maybe
10% and 15%.
That's 90%.
Yes, so because you should know who knows Adenia Kama. Every businessman who also wants to make profit can even partner Canadian company with Japan. And it opens a lot of windows and doors.
Yeah, could drew. Yeah, on our can echo drew. Is it Bana constituency? Time constituency.
Yes.
That in Bono,
yes,
or can say cashew, apart from nothing.
Yes,
juice, you know, the first time I tasted it,
yes,
at the pack a bit my juice factory for
good.
But as a weekend, you call
Techima Cowenchi.
Abusia for me who sad than say. Once I may pay juice,
yes,
metisia food, me call no more packing is a cook, or mountain nut na deedino,
I'm not watching
to now.
Because, yes. So if you look at how the Asia saw it, if they do more importation, it's not going to help them. Secondly, you go to IMF and it's uncle for bailout. They will give you sanctions allocated to the bailout. They say IMF there will be sanctions related to it. There will be some things about catch or say yeah. And funny person. And I'm tell you, I don't know the man I made. I don't look at the conditionality clauses attached to it. Until say I didn't make this kind of way. No master say me fear the kind of feel the pains. So as I speak to you, Ghana say, I want you Ghana come for IMF bailout. We are looking at only the money, but you ensure the conditionality clauses attached to it.
The consequence. What about mine?
So with the days of John Dramani, Mama no mails no. Almost some IMF they give us a conditionality clause. Me and phobia or public sector. Okay, whether it's true or not, they said it. And it got to a point, a lot of Ghanaian graduates were sitting home. Because of money home. But the answer was no. For us to be self and economical independent, let's make sure as a young Kasino, we do something for ourselves.
But Namibu, the young Cassia, a baby.
I didn't say if South Asia at Timaya, if other countries at Timaya nations at Timaya, what is preventing Ghana from doing if you get the right leader?
Let me say, Britain never colonized.
If you get the right leader, a right leader.
They have a thing for us.
What say?
Britain, Great Britain, Ghana.
If you get a right leader, I repeat, a right leader who can take bold decisions, doesn't care about how people feel and think about him or talk about him. No, you think Sadena or Yani no cre, and Yamiswa Duana or ya, Ghanaians will follow.
And so after Kwame Nkrumah leaders, we are sub leaders.
Oh, me the only person I can make case for so a lot of reforms or formulative policies in the Fourth Republic. I can make case for him. So there's one person, even the days, and this is for no cracker. So J. Kufo is an exceptional president, won't he be that?
Yeah.
And this for Naka. Now, Saibu, if you go to Asia, they brought something. They brought the 4 P's.
They said the 4 P's.
The 4 P's. Produce, promote, purchase, prosper. Hey, they call it the 4 P's. And this is how they started it. Now, production, I say, to encourage entrepreneurship among the citizens, by investing in the production of local goods and services. Now, what's your master no more can almost say, by they have to invest in the local people. Invest.
Not in the foreigners, the local people.
Look, the local people.
Now, Ghana had a China and Ibani as and
if you look at Asia for now, they were able to identify key people in making sure for make my bomb. They will help you even set up a factory and give you a tax free for maybe 10 years, 11 years. In making sure so make my one this car brew. No what media what might create a lot of employment. Let me give you an example.
Me too.
Baby to say you ever say bia o young techimaya. This is commandant factory. Never say we have able to identify Shaibu. Do you know one thing? Never say be a Ministry of Trade and Industry. They will set up a sub agency. The sub agency, say they will look for integrity and credible people. Or more companies will make set up the factory. Or more they will liaise up with the local farmers. The local farmers will be doing and they are there no. And they are doing it. Upon doing it, no, they will give them incentives. And instead of say as a bena mudu and tomatoes, what say ya na their factory. Now factory no because a factory they have to get industrializing machines no. And this machine works for 24 hours. So they can even go into trenches. Maybe first workers about 1,000, we have about 2,000, now we saw about 1,000. And local producers will give it to them. On the more. Then when the local one and raw one, no, the one person will export it, then they will export it. Anyway, scan you find any pennies more.
You first can
On find some.
And this I say as the bank edition.
Good. Or maybe I'll say setting up a tomatoes factory. I will buy bit is a command I cost to saying it be a $30 million US. First range no be here saying. Now the first range be here $20 million. The government will be here logistics way be a
machine will be a fork lift up.
The government will purchase it and bring it. They will set it up for you. This can be so mama also then they will tell you that the next 3 months they will come and check how about say and could do if there will be a need for them to add more to the money because that is a budget that they are doing. Say maybe do but we pay that they need to do no. Okay, first you have more attachment. Now we are going to give you 40 million. Yes, some additional 10 million. Say the be bet me kon kan. To me be a first 3 months. Near experience be a phone you do say. See about first 3 months that's a new year. They give you another grace period. So okay, sorry, yes, some maybe 1 month. Yeah, here's a banana then what pay they do say. So one banana they will take the contract for you and give it to a serious person.
Hey, but you must watch it.
Because the government wants to help people setting up industries and manufacturing over there. And that's how they do. And you ever say, they can set up a cashew factory over there.
Yeah.
They look for credible people. Okay, cashew near process. Then they will process it. Now, if you go to that area, they make Asia for it, they make sure that they see banks. And the banks give them financial support for one Kasanko for. If you go to Singapore, Singapore, and now they are say, we are Obia Juma. And so Muslim touch me that 25% of your salary at the bank.
We are Juma.
A far bank. Yes. 25% of your salary is a bank. Masa, conscientization. We are building the industry and make sure the reason why in Singapore Moko. And do you know why? They don't want to go to IMF. They don't want to go to financial bailout. Do you know why?
Maybe.
Because the government can acquire by no a money to me the young puntu you might make bois in time I was next class I yell them password their mamo. I don't know if I'm making sense. Oh, Shaibu. Me say, yeah, side you want to Debbie. I say a chiro mine. Idea be and why we change the amount from one chiro. Every change that happens, it affects people. But the here said the leader should be bold. So leader
who said by be
now, if you look at Exim Bank in Ghana, and Kasama will be on case now, Exim Bank or Ghana need loan, he's taking between the percentage of 10 to 15% per annum. 1 year. Yes, go and do your checks. Exim Bank or just 10 to 15% per annum. Ask yourself, so how many business they make money? If you go to the US of A, or New York, if you start up a factory that's Iranian, they give you 10 years tax relief.
What's a factory around?
Yes, they give 10 years tax relief. They make sure that they want to see that you are yielding dividends or profit. And if you go to US and differ from other states, who's the US and federal state, and maybe to me because of the federal system. Who's up there a federal state?
Yeah.
Now, I bet my say if you go to Worcester and Boston, if you set up a factory 5 years, then they try to tax you tax. So it depends on every location.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the Asia for area, means Asia for them so no, they have to build their own people. And in terms of capacity, so they make sure that they put a lot of resources in production. Now, What's your more? Almost say.
I share for I say a solid TV, me say subscribe to the channel. I like a page na feel so share link. Just share is scary. Franko the hater Eda Sophia the Asian Revelations ever. Make I say numbers in a good TV na so. Say why Adrian say you want to be part of the Honorable Ken diaspora platform now. Just chat on that number and Robert so. Ka hu say how the oba ye dwene ye didi. Yeah, is about honorable Ken competitive. So if you are not disciplined, you are not patriotic, and you are not honest, don't come there.
Shaibu. Now, if you go to the Asia, I'm not able by friend productivity structures.
Yeah.
Now they have to intensify their labor. And the emphasis first now come on, yeah, man will be banner say the attitude you bad, and you point here to person will be a bit of Ghana. You see a director general of corner office, no a graphic, no little paper,
or working.
Yes, so call for lunch. When Mark one we are 12 or number 4. Work output low. But I can't do this. Unminyan or China, Indonesia, Unminyan or Thailand, and Vietnam. Because the structures are working. They are making sure they say the panitimi Juma, not be getting me conkai. Now, Shaibu, if you look at another peer, they said they have to promote their products. What say? To encourage business in local production, to promote products and services for local and foreign consumption. Now listen to this. Asia for too strategic and smart who said Dabi. Say a cast your products that your product no hano. Say young kwan dear, we are not going to get external revenue. We are not going to expose our products to the outside people. Say bone. Say young say be a Ghana will product be. And a product na ajidina ekwa manonia. A lot of people will try to look for that kind of product and see what is in that product. So if you go to Asia, they decided to say, no, let's try to promote our own people.
And that's Asia continent.
Asia continent. And Shaibu, I'm saying to encourage business in local production, to promote products and services. How can you do that? In making yourself with my side, you have to look for people and identify them and give them something. Oba Kaya, none what that despite aiding baby.
Yeah.
Oko Jeko Fofi.
Yeah.
Okay, so Koka said Jeko for Namanadu baby.
Yeah.
Was so maybe what down in for this upon. The Muyani said they had a call from the president. I cut on the sword factory, business, because he wanted to build his own people and promote them. Now, if you look at Obiti said neck down swabiam, on a CCT scan, all the Frabroche bar, Tamahabo, ACC, so no. J. Kofort tried to help him, try to make sure he will promote him to the outside world. Obiti said, don't come kwa Timuniano. These are people already friend J. Kofort wanted to help them.
Tabiamu.
Now, Shaibu, let's go back to Nigeria. When the former president, Obasanjo, was the president, he called a man called Aligo Dangote to his office. And he was having a breakfast meeting with him. He told him one thing. Was say, before say me free me office, say be me 8 years, me 10 years, I want to do something unique. I want to leave a legacy. I'm tasking you. Look for credible people with integrity. And let me make 50 billionaires in Nigeria.
Let me make 50 billionaires in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Mekata Omanpeniko started creating millionaires in Ghana. Also created 50 billionaires in Nigeria.
In Nigeria. And UTS asked him now, I want to get something for you. Okay. Yes. Obasanjo. Wait, or say,
you are one of the 25 billionaires I have created. Obasanjo tells, is it Ali Kija?
Yes. And if you listen to the man, this is one person or two in Safra Aligo Dangote. He asked Aligo Dangote, I want to build 50 billionaires.
Not millionaires.
Not billionaires in Nigeria. Do you know why?
No.
Because when him say if able to expand it, no, 50 billionaires, the economy of Nigeria will get up. It will rise. Because these billionaires will set up businesses. They will have a direct impact on the economy. And everyone is if they are billionaires, if they are establishing products, no, they call the outside of Nigeria, outside their jurisdiction. You see people patronizing, people get to know Nigeria more. Among firms setting up factories, industrializations, and everyone is a first, maybe Nigeria, unemployment rate near 10%. Yeah, human is anomaly, but at about 5 million and 5%.
Yeah.
So if you look at Obiti Obasanjo, he was a visionary leader. And I did about offering office, no, not 32 billionaires.
No, or 50 billionaires.
Yes.
But offering office, no, 32.
Yes.
More than average.
More than average. Not per 50 billionaires. Yes. Me say he called Aligo Dangote into a breakfast meeting. Talking with Dangote. Or someone it comes to the business aspect. Open Pabako and now pay Nigeria dia konkaya Aligo Dangote. Let's learn something from this. I didn't have a panic, or he had a good intention for Nigeria. Aliko Dangote also helped him.
Well, she said Aliko Dangote or Ebia belong to the party.
Ebia MPP ni so ye NDC because NDC ni bia adwuma na sa wo ye bia emfa ho.
Ghana for
Ghana for MPP ni bia adwuma na sa wo ye bia Ghana for no mafa no. Let's look at this. Ebsanke Ghana ni sika ni bi no ofre no. Ebia Jeko for friend ka say give me 20 billionaires. I want to do something unique. Impart them, give them money. They will open up business a bit. Ghana economy fund is what pay the Ghana ni kwa bit maka so ni mo bia.
But only Muhammad did say, but Muhammad, you know, it was kill and revive. Or by the Nisi to be
yes, yes,
a little frail, as I had this kind of way we were Mojuman. But as I want to get the plaza man, I call to begin the imagine.
Yes, and Shaibu. So if you look at HON, they were trying
to buy any person with my get a chimful.
The way he was, they are from Asia. So Oba Ghana and
Canada were creating you. Gabo Chedako, Bonti, I can for that.
Masa, let's deal with our people.
Okay.
Shaibu, in terms of promotion, Oman can to promote to Ghana products by a Ghana Export and Promotion Authority, GEPA.
No more.
Ask me. What
Debbie.
Do you see the relevancy of GEPA in Ghana? Now Ghana no cry one about yes our products because if you look at Ghana, the beer imported. So it will give a suppressing thing on the economy. And I was like,
yeah,
toothpick ye imported, MOA. Now I me cocoa ye imported. Now me cut us oil $255.15 million. Ye me cut oil 770,000 liters at the back Ghana. It tells us that we have a problem we have to deal with. And if you look at Asia, yes, Asia for us no, let's deal with what we have.
And
let's promote it. And there be a me say, there be an if you look at marketers, they let us see what is going on. Ebian Kenny Pabra, Ebian Ministry of Trade Mati and agency. Agency na all thing say Ghana product be we try to market it to the outside people.
Yeah.
So the the world brochure or by mouse Ebia sa product is coming from Ghana. Bisame. Ghana no masa na imported. The other times they say the code kwa koma papa wa brochure. Yeah, the adwene kwa koma ebia Frank o Chicago. Ebia you sister or Bible laptop your friends.
Lucinda or North Carolina.
Or say ebia.
Yemrenda dawa.
Dawa anaso pefufo
Ghana.
Yes, and bibi na ebia bibi ni akukudi. That is the only thing that we export.
I don't know. And $100.
That be no because yes,
a lot of
look at the kind of exportation that they do. Now, Shaibu, or see purchase. Now, purchase, listen to what they said. Me say, Asia for we are smart, brutal, and because of good leadership. Thinkers. People sit down and think. They says, I didn't say it to me yesterday. Let's project into the future. Let's do this. Shaibu, purchase, or say, to encourage Asia to choose local over foreign goods.
To encourage
yes.
Asia,
yes,
to choose local over foreign. Like I said, Asia this year,
yes.
Say a bus ammonia better.
Yes,
yeah, the more be Ghana, banner be free. Asia country by into Asia there.
Yes, and they were very smart. Say they cut off import a lot of things are not imported. No majai.
They are not to produce some source.
Yes,
and no imported.
Yeah, imported. And that be free. Be US and never be about Asia. Hono. Let's try to do things. You better cut us. Yeah, they are quite papa crashing. If you go to Asia. They have 3 types of grades from there, you know. Or more grade A, grade B, grade C. Grade A, no.
I say, we together Africa.
Yes.
You want Africa.
Yeah. Oh, when you watch it, grade A, no, is meant for the countries of
Europe.
Yes. Grade
America.
A, yes. Grade B, yes, I'm middle for grade C. I'm the buyer.
Africa.
Yeah, Africa. So if you look at our economical segment, you know, much money and they are very smart.
Madam Africa also China. Maybe a oko baby or manufacture there. Maybe a or bob. Yes. Now she know we can say. So the ones you come with my manufacture one see that there because you won't go with the money.
Yes. Now Saib, listen to this. Or say purchase no. Or say to provide opportunities and reduce dependency on imported goods. That's what I'm working. This is Asia talking. Or say provide opportunities. How can they provide opportunities? Because how do you know say produce it brings a lot of revenue. We can set up a lot of industries and businesses because the cash flow is reflecting over here. But there be a whole Tobiana we import no. We are just as sign in dollars I pushes can the money
yeah.
And the other one is say I want to say be a mobile phone company. Ebe ma fa nipa 2000 wo kroma. Say import mobile phones in na eba nipa na bia store no we ma import bia we ma fa nipa bia 50 and 100 pay. Ask yourself, so omo ye unemployed no, how are they going to help their family?
Yeah.
So if you look at the pictures, San Omokano. Now prosper to sensitize Asians that tiaye or say to
Meba I hear for say solid TV Mr. Franko eda so ete akunyama ye di nkoma. It's about honorable Kennedy Japan dey be oka say the Asian miracle, the Asian miracle. The Asian miracle dey ade and Franko eche wa ba be si say omo identify dem say the 4 P's and wa check mo Franko yenko.
see you prosper.
Yeah.
Or say to sensitize Asians that if we invest in local production and promote our products and purchase our own goods and services, the economy will grow, which ultimately makes the nation prosper.
Yeah.
Simple. What say? Yan can't to Asia for the team. Yama madoma wo mutrim. Emo muza say yan kasa ye ji ehudi. Eka say ye bom me economy ma fa ntuma pa free, bet ma bom economy na fa ntuma pa free.
Ya kasa ye big man ye.
You yan kasa yenye. Yan kasa yen top. Ye to wi our goods and services no. Ye ma broche for de ye hu say ye inferior nya de papa. Emwaye. Ya de na ye to no. Say ye to wi our goods and services no ha. Economy ni be pija. Economy ni pija ultimately ebe ma nation na tumpon.
Ene obi ekoto paracetamol.
Yes.
Wase me pe UK dey.
Yes.
They can farm and to be nkomo.
Because we don't invest in them.
So they produce an inferior
Yes,
thing.
we don't because if you look at the Ghana market segment, like, everything is about importation. Everything is about importation. Now, Saibu, listen to what the Asians did. Now, this is the trade or say target move export. Now, listen to this. We're manufacturing. Now, in 1990, equity 2000. In Asia, hona or Mwankasa hono, they projected economical growth of 10%.
In 1990.
Equity 2000. The reason being that after no master, we should not be in a rush. Say a percentage in any boom. But quite after we establish a company. We establish a company, no, you were long term, you were medium term, you were short term. You making sure we are not even thinking about revenue or dividends. You making sure say kaka we get to our target area. You do our target area, people will get to know us more.
Yeah.
Shaibu. 2000 equal to 2020 omunya a growth of 20%.
Okay.
In 2021 omunya 30%. Where manufacturing
is almost common from 10
yes
20 to 30
in the world market. One in Asia. In the world market 1990 omunya 5% growth. World market. In 2000 omunya 10% growth. In 2010 omukanya 15%. In 2018, Omenya 17.6%. In 2020, Omenya 25.7%. Listening to what the Asians are doing now, we want to say gradually. Yes, and they want and manufacturing. They want to expose their products to the outside world,
and they're doing it. I know to try to watch your Taiwan.
Thank you. Huawei. You are saying it now, Shaibu. In 2016, total manufacturing export from Asia for no. I'm talking about China, I'm talking about Japan, Mongolia, North and South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia,
Malaysia.
Yes, Macau.
Yeah.
Shaibu, telecommunication.
And India,
telecommunication. If you look around the world, the market share of telecommunication in Asia is 19.1%.
Market share?
Yes, 19.
Telecommunication
19.1%.
The whole year.
In terms of percentage growth, now under 2022 basis 2023, Omania 2.7% growth. Machinery, 10.7%. The machines, gadgets among for you know, 10.7. Chemical, 8.1. The chemical, any form of chemical.
Now you call agrochemical, the one free China.
Okay.
No produce.
Fine. Automotive, 7.4. Electrical gadgets, 6.8.
Electrical gadgets, many people TVs.
Okay.
Now the dynamo be as focus on solid TV. Or major TV and no brand of solid TV now.
Oh, sir. Okay. So, if you look at how they are moving gradually, they are taking the space. Now, Saibu, let's go to the Southeastern Asia. Southeastern Asia near China, money other countries. No. Telecommunication, 21.3%. Chemicals, 10.7%. Food and beverages, 9.7%. Market share, no. Machinery and applicants, 6.0%. Office equipment, 5.8%. We are still for Nina Shaibu. Open countries are
Eastern
yes,
Asia.
yes, Southeastern Asia. Yes, Southeastern Asia. Telecommunication will control 21.3%. World market share 21.3%. Now, Shaibu, listen to this. In 1995, if you look at the economical growth in terms of telecommunication for China, now 4%. 4%. Now, in 2023, now I catch up 2021. In 2023, they have risen to 33%.
China,
I'm telling you. China, it at 33% since 1995. Now, if you look at Taiwan, you say from a bit Taiwan province, or make it at 11.2, Vietnam kita 6.2, USA kita 5.1, Malaysia kita 5.0, Singapore kita 4.9, Japan kita 3.6, Germany kita 2.7, Netherlands kita 2.2. What am I trying to tell you? Now Asia, they've taken total control of the world market.
Na Franko, anya nlochia na fun bi China for mo de ba na yeseresere omu.
Nja make sure say they sit down and they make
people. China for anya papa.
So if you look at how they are moving and how they are making sure some economies are falling into a pedifra, they are trying to make sure that they will manufacture, they will produce, and they will export it. Ebe suit me much for no so mo bet matter mo. They can you export in excess. So they be mania a lot of money to bring on board. Shaibu, meno kasai. If you go to Japan, it will shock you. Now, if you go to Japan, open country back, Shaibu, also knows say, no ma eko ye demo mo pa Shaibu, it is Japan.
Abushia for I say a solid TV. Subscribe to the channel, like page. I know what she say. Sharing is caring. You Franko information in a time will come or kasa ni projecting offer. But I said we just need omwaka krebi. So the number now what channel as a chat here, me say $50 cry beje. Ni omwa ni finish studio no. Medical have say you need a camera ni born around $1,000. Kakrebu binye bi with the silver collection. Kakrebu say 1 CD 50% ye beje ni aboa bon. So also betimi ato camera na cha yesi 6D Canon. It's around $1,000. Ubetimi atama ya ni beje be da wase pa. Yenda papaya was papa. In fact, baby, you do papaya now. So you are giving us web cameras now. The idea you are building. In fact, the main studio very soon. You're born fairly at the actual name of Krabi and Yanemo and a we just want to promote Honorable Ken and some Honorable Ken a kind the Asian American. Mammy Otifi, Okwana Oshemino. Now we name the Asian American Honorable Ken cannot name the say any city. And so honorable Ken, kasa, ye near tiase, ye be church to the ordinary people. So help us to help the entire nation. Thank you, Franko Yanko.
Now, see you. If you look at it, say Japan, and they back where Mopan say they manufacture cars.
Yeah, that's Toyota.
Yes,
from Japan.
Now, no wonder. If you check their revenue, 88.6 billion. 8.6 billion. Cars and integrated circuits, 36 billion. Motor vehicle, parts and accessories. Still, motor vehicle,
parts and
accessories. And more $33.48 billion. And yes, it is as dollars. Machinery, or say hiring indirect funds, and more $22 billion. Photo lab equipment, and more $18.5 billion. So, no way, they are very smart. Do you know where they export them to?
No.
They export to China, US of A, South Korea, and Thailand. Now, if you look at countries, only one penny in Asia. Only one in Asia, a US of A. But if you export to the corner, they get a lot of revenue from one Kasahu. It's Canada, Asia.
Yeah.
So the economy is very strong and robust. Ghana, Singapore, and independence the same year.
What is it?
Ghana, Malaysia, independence the same year. Go and look at how they are doing their economy over there.
At Ghana, Ghana will be 60.
Yeah, 1957. Obviously, there in March. Obviously, they're in August. Yes, only 9th August. Yeah, March. And Chaibu, if you look at how they say Singapore, Malaysia, they are doing their stuff over there when you open your mouth. Now Singapore, Chaibu, Marika can Singapore fund the media to say, or Mohan Ube you salary record is so that 25% over there because they want to revamp the economy. They want to see money in the economy in making sure say, Omi be a bit in your conkai.
Abana yes, I know I share or Dabremo.
Yes, Bibia come. Singapore, palm oil in 2022 gave them 518 million US dollars in terms of exportation.
What's that?
Palm oil. Palm oil exportation. Singapore for a year, in 2022, 518 million US dollars.
And one mammy Jaraya now bonus way a class one. And mammy to me yana a bonus. Singapore quantima tongue and Fasosi
518 million US dollars.
Canada baby said, do we have leaders?
That's the question. And
do we have leaders?
And America say you need people who are direct thinkers, people who can think outside the box, who can say so many things. A bit more. I'm a man for into a
Franko. You produce we are Banchina say. A Bruna say,
thank you.
Me mammy Jara, a young one, me say, you could have blessing na car. Oh, not for to baby. Now for the mammy say, may the quack wear some do me queer some man or man talk, this kind of Samnaka.
So, Osha, they are expanding factories. Palm oil, they know the kind of benefits that they are deriving. Apart from oil, no quancas, and they get a lot of benefits from the raw materials, from a whole lot of stuff. Singapore, palm oil, look at the kind of revenue that is giving to them.
Malaysia also export palm oil.
Malaysia is also part. Shabu, Messi ya 10 year group.
Malaysia say omoba Ghana. Emma the late Apiamenka. And I do mura name funkutu emsa bedua mienu.
Sir,
Malaysia.
So now
check the record.
Now educating
Apiamenka and they could two medua mienu. Mom call Malaysia.
And today, open one of the strongest and robust economy. Malaysia is part.
And palm oil.
Yes, ask yourself, say, your leaders say you know what is preventing them to think outside the box?
They are lazy.
Creating economy.
They are just lazy losers.
Machel say, if you look at before the Second World War, open a continent by now, it was Asia. Things was extremely tough for them. Very, very tough for them. But because of the right leadership, I'm going to give you the second thing. Asia is the eradication of corruption.
Meba. Abushia for Franko Dasu Fia. I solid TV. Subscribe to the channel. Me say share is caring. Me say revelation of Franko Deban. Say what they be honorable Keneka and the Asian miracle and the Asian miracle. Share your can. Be brilliant here. The solid TV we've taken it upon ourselves. Say honorable Ken state me be o make biano. Ye tiase. Ye na nante. Ye na tenase. O kasa ye tiase. Enti ye be chirichimu. Ama the ordinary people atiase. The Asian miracle. Wasem ne kan. That we fat tourism will be amazed. And Franko the hater, he's not a human being, he's something else. Subscribe to the channel, share link with this information, and then international. Yes, excuse me, so transfer be something else. Franko now can say.
Shaibu,
yes, sir.
A lot of economies is about corruption. Corruption. I'm telling you.
Are they?
So Jessica, next it will affect the economy. You put the life of a lot of people at a risk.
When you do a corruption, is it going to affect the economy?
Yeah, to affect the economy.
How?
Now, what that after I was you a command 51.2 CK says Karanke to me the beer will be a year and can look as an economy expanding.
Okay.
Ebian can set up factory Mikroma table, Mikrom Wenchi, cashew factory, and I can a year Juma, and can your general manager or subordinates employees or as I did people around will also benefit. You get people who get direct access to the work. To say, no, this one also called us supposed to be trying to cut 2,000 Ghana cedis. You've created an employment for the person and you are putting a lot of resources in the economy. Asia for no. Adia bakwa more powers about corruption.
Adia
is about corruption. You will bring measures. Measures near the bebano. Corruption, if you see it coming from the right, you go to the left, you run. And the kind of punishment that will be attached to corruption practices, I don't know, they will make sure so Obama comes to Ghana. Obama say we should build stronger institutions, not stronger personalities.
You see, there be
When him say US foreign country, in US, Won't me end the gift more than $25. Dabi. Watch what the cashier say it should be $25. Say more $26. You have to report it to your boss. Yama say be say when my baba ye adwuma wi me ko Franko. Ye mini kakra Jack, the $26 fato ho. They say it has been gone beyond the threshold. Yes, I report to my boss say say mommy $26.
Yeah, baba you.
Yes.
The entire $26.
Yes. The system have to run. And Obama be catch us say we don't need stronger personalities. We need stronger institutions. And now that Obama is no more the president of America, but the institution is working.
Yeah.
Ghana from so how Ghana Hana bra boy radical in some basa. Oko US or me most abra. The system will check you. The system it will check you.
And then because of corrupt parties, Ghana near 1 year we are politics one of
and Ghana Obi be catch us the biggest congregation 18 who you bet through our politics. And
the kind of fast
yes, because we be catch us say when you be fast we bet me ateneka. When be fast we bet me ye intem and say the person enter into politics.
Over time we bet you $500 to nipa 600 I want to become
the men tin ye kwa akwoto aba no bet me 10 times to each delegate.
Dey na akofa no.
Good.
O kwa akosum esum ba ni bo ka akosum.
This can kon wenya. Sometimes multiply the amount by the number of people that they are giving them the money.
You will see.
Obi to me 5,000. Yet be your primary so you know be about 6 million Ghana cedis, 60 billion. Obi me about 10 million Ghana cedis. Your friend said 100 billion. Ask yourself, say, Nippon and if you go to Asia, they are very smart and very strategic. Who said, David, you perceive expand the economy. No, you perceive Yankasi Bobo who this my companies and institutions. You are here, some go for bed that don't be diagro. Because Nippon being to say watch it means at any particular moment. Good. Even Maba says Cano, when Marcashan, a cry or the hospital in this kind of man, some could be a campaign, no, but it could be a campaign, no, say this can I to a Tesla. And they brought out policies, measures to fight against corruption. If you go to China, Zimpin, obey president, watching Nipa is it 5 million.
When the president watching 5 million, China population around 1.4 billion.
What say? When compare now, we 20 was say. China punishes 210 officials for corruption.
210,000. Member.
And we are 2017.
China punishes 210,000 officials for corruption.
Thank you.
Also, the Communist Party Anti-Corruption Watch Day says it has punished 210,000 officials for corruption in the first half of 2017.
See 2017. And Kwano, ABC 20 a year, 2024. Or much corrupt officials 5 million.
Or my punishment also. And they felt the punishment.
Every day life imprisonment.
Be there by death, by
yes, by hanging. And they don't know more, you know. So much say corruption and yard papa.
It's all no fat China. Escape one see the book.
You are. Isaibu. So much say abansi kayini.
Aha. Ayi kwaji mamanu. Putin V. Now man penny, no a clear no. Yes, you want to me 8 grams. Oh, man can or man penny than a cleaning agent.
Now no other
man to develop.
Mama and my mia say me buy.
$1 million.
Yes. Listen to what Akufo said about the woman. What he can create is exonerating that. Abra special prosecutor yen ho adwuma.
Mahama so was a free anchor akwa kube bako something $1,000. Now we're moving from sports ministry to presidency.
Na minister of state.
Abusian for man me am wa Ghana en konani. And Sir President Akufo ne Mahama say no mbeye platform ba umia. Na and na be say Ghana you completely dark because your option you want just to choose one. Baumia ne Mahama.
Yes.
And then nipa mienu a se to aba na potentially ba ko ba be leader Mahama ne Baumia. Mahama yeso nka no kre. Mahama yeso oye corrupt. Baumia so nka no kre. And look at this here Ghana your option near. Mo mu ni ba Ghana car no e dey ni kire.
So if you go to Asia, corruption, people fear to even do corrupt practices. Amam fosuru. Because amansansika kanipa ba akofa it affects the economy. Amansansika. And I make sure say Africa was when 1 year be money 51.2. Now no other won't you say Japan deals can be $10 million.
Anye ye krampon.
And $10 million. Anye you. and $10 million. You make crack cars back where say big gallopers cars. Now can this is horses what I say a bucket be about 32 million.
Is it rolling stamp? I'm saying nobody my MMDCs.
Yeah, wa
Mama musu ko kra ambulance bi ban.
I'm not make ambulance. I'm expert for the class what the year tro nyaduma. Ambulance e fire yare full because of corruption. Look at how we are suffering.
And yet me nya president ya oba asem me. Ma breso. Sa indemnity clause no. Me na me yamfa to start me da. Obi aba indemnity clause e favor no.
So
na yet your man penny say me free so a untimi ni ma asem just after 10 years. Boni bay adwempa bay.
Na 10 years no away.
No way.
What dey sika no away.
Na bi o. Ayefa say ne omanpeniko wadi 10 years ya. Da bi o da so tiasa. Okwa ukwochi omanpeniko for na makata na boni nipa aye na da
10 years ago after we ka ho ase.
Ebra tam ofiri akunwa no so a anaso tie akunwa enne Donald Trump ye twe na bo so.
So
African leaders.
If you look at corruption, it's affecting Africa. Corruption is affecting Africa. What take the interview now? What say now don't the president near test will be a corrupt practices be or we say no crowd one obey wadi. You see, we should have visionary leaders. People who always think outside the box, as I always say. People who can say they don't sleep because we are paying them fast salaries. We give these poor utility vehicles a bomb number one to call Bisanebo. Go and ask brand new Land Cruisers, steer rubber. You're the man ministers, you're the man presidential people. They just sit in it. They should think for us. Oh, but motor kid do any need traffic so. But we can't do this all.
I dare you say. Sir, the Asian country, they are not also using Land Cruisers.
Where? Many people so call China. No call China no. Or ship ministers ni cars or Muslim point how they conduct themselves. Na Ghana ni Africa, they ask about them. Now no na me chake back obi. Tinibu. Or free krobiso kokrobiso convoy no. Cars Land Cruiser me kai it is more than 240. Land Cruisers nkwa. So the president is coming. And if you look at entourage convoy, the ordinary Nigerian, the ordinary Ghanaian will pay. The ordinary person will pay. But Nipana Yatra Mama said they should be tankers. They should make sure so make me abwa. They are not doing it. Credia compare kwa Japan so also tiasi obeti me abwa. And you see, now no can etan on once amebwa. I came to explain it over here. For the past by months, he's always talking about the Asian miracle, Asian miracle. The reason why lebu omo can the Asian miracle is that time no. Now obi anim say Asia beti me pejed be any edri.
It's miraculous.
Zimpin mo and nkofo mababa the president to Asia ho and making sure say no, we should do something that will help our people. Let's make our economy to be robust and strong. Let's be strategists. Let's be tactical people. Let's bring something on board. Let's push forward. This is what we call visionary leaders. People who can tap into something. Make sure we can go forward. Working or statistics you see people even fight against him. And nobody president. And he's fighting against people who are corrupt. Or one can call for no year campaign. Say be a disguise. We won't pay in for now. So for me, bungo today. Say we have fee. Papa, obi your papa know how say. Yeah, you see, you hear things.
But you can't go.
But Sabu, look at Asia. Look at Asia. Mama, the reason why. From the Second World War, but we have to make sure say you have to position ourselves well. We have to make sure say economical viable. Making sure say we have to be financially sound. Your growth to me and look at the kind of measures and mechanisms that they put in place. This is what we call thinkers. This is what we call leaders. They are making sure that they are projecting their own and pushing forward. I didn't tell you anything. I didn't tell you anything. Omu ni pasa ya. Maybe so as omu ni pasa ya.
Omu ni pasa ya.
Adam they are
more disciplined than us.
The line word. And the end make sure say you obi oye courageous bold. Obi oye discipline. Obi ba adwuma 8:30 wa pam no. Adwuma so ba 8 o'clock no ba 8:30 no pam no without any excuse or no excuse. You see, we set measures and precedents in making sure nipa be take over Ghana tima fan tima padi fra. But as we sit here, that buying what is here so big campaign manifesto. Wa catch what say oba be carry be cry for the Asia economy hoda. Or kasafa ekano hoda. Or kasafa or making sure say grow the economy hope. You don't listen to this. Maybe be see kwine, maybe yes idea way, maybe be see hospital. You see, if the economy is in good position, if the economy is resolute, if the economy is resilient, say economy need robust. And who here say kwa importation, and who here say kwa discard their food when any power be shemra dem. Work for IMF for bailout, na nipa dem must come the conditionality clause like account dem. Credit a company for Japan is a visionary leader. Shabu bia me kase, ye bomb empire, yen kai credit a company for Japan. Assembly or can be especially in relation to economy or politics, baby. If you go and do empirical research about it, you tell yourself, say, this man is making a lot of sense.
Franko Medase.
Medase.
I say a solid TV. Yanka Ghana man pen na dan kuku say. So you a year for sika tax, not the free education. Onya she. Yanka John the money Muhammad say. So the taxpayers' money is e-broker. Now onya she. You hear the Asian miracle ni bi. Monfa Ghana enkosi baby a uye Ghana na you feel proud so ye Ghana ni. Ghana de show mo abruchire. Komo weather obibini black man enka ene summer winter emfa ebi ka summer no kwa ne kana winter de kana but ene mamamuo bone na ahokyere ato mamu no ene snow ebu Ghana adehye monko baby ene Cote d'Ivoire president de Cote d'Ivoire enam at least yes say sisa constitution I call the third term no because of the power no man no ya enhye da hu dede biasa President Akufo-Addo, you can do better than this. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you can handle the economy better than this. Mahama, you can also stop corruption more than this. Na mumia no ban no. Mumia nkai se Nyankopon abo man Ghana. Wo de mu sade mu nipa mu ade bi de ye oman yiye de agu oman nim. Ano se mu ni leaders, mu manage oman ni yie. Na timamufo no ehun tom. Mokwa sorry. Sofu preach mo. Mu wie so amoba. No was something true kan. Ye be wie ni ebusuafo nya sika tam at the expense of the normal hiafo. Da mi hia ma me pemfo a ne ba hye na chi oton atadwe. Ebusuafo ye Kristo chiri bone. Me din de shaibula sisi graphics ni videos no bibia no eye osene o te Franko-THE hater. Nyame bo akai se e chena ye de foforo beba. Ba sa wonim se every Wednesday bia ye fe no ajapade ye de beba. Ye be se hia bi.